Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. With me is Ernie Orange and Will Power. God damn, we got to see Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series. Can you believe that, guys? Exciting, right?
Fucking crazy, man. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around this, man. Like, these two teams haven't seen each other in the playoffs in my lifetime, in any of our lifetime. I think I'm the oldest one out of the group right here. But dude, I have no words right now, man. I'm too excited to put it out. You know how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, I can feel you. I can feel you right now. Ernie, man, how's it going, dude? Yankees, Dodgers, dude. How does that sound?
It sounds exciting, man. Every time you think about that series, you talk about historians always talking about the days back in the days. We're actually going to get to live it here in 2024. It's an exciting time for the game of baseball. That's for sure.
Dude, Tommy Edman being the MVP, and then Mookie Betts hitting the RBIs. You got Ohtani, you got Freeman on the bench. He's going to play in the World Series. You get to see Aaron Judge against Ohtani. That's a huge, huge thing for baseball. So now baseball fans are all going to be gripped and watching into the TV. It's going to be amazing. And it's cool to be a fan and watching your team go to the World Series. That's why I'm so excited. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be something epic. We get to see the 12th World Series between these two franchises, and it's going to be amazing, dude. It's going to be super amazing. So let's get started. I'll go ahead and start our little song. I mean, we have to do it. It's probably, one of the last things we have to do because I mean, it is Real Talk Baseball, and definitely we want to make sure that you guys are tuned in and watching the real show. So here we go. Guys, and this is exciting, man. What do you guys think of Tommy Edman being the MVP? I think it's one of those things where out of nowhere he came and he got 11 RBIs. He did what he needed to do. He stepped up in the shortstop role. Another shortstop winning the MVP and the NLCS. So, what do you guys think about that?
Go ahead, Ernie.
Oh, well, let's just say Tommy Edman, the smallest guy in the team, delivered. And as a cleanup hitter, unexpectedly, I don't think Dodger fans knew what he had, but he delivered big time. He was making the biggest hits in the biggest moments. And this is why he is an MVP, and rightfully so, he deserves it. It's a guy that, was traded in the midseason, and he's making a difference. And he's going to go to the World Series for the first time for his performance.
Definitely.
They got Tommy Edman for his defense, and he's provided that, since the trade. But man, no one expected this type of offensive production from Tommy Edman, man. Everyone knows, I mean, a lot of people who know Tommy Edman know that he's a decent hitter. He not much pop, some decent speed. He's known for his glove. He's known for his defense. He's a good baseball player. But to go out there and win National League Championship Series MVP over Mookie Betts, over Shohei Ohtani, over Freddie Freeman, 3 former MVPs, and this guy won it out of anybody. The last time a shortstop won the NLCS MVP was Corey Seager, another Dodger. And to follow in those footsteps, man, that speaks big time for Tommy Edman.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. And you guys know that I love shortstop. So for me, it's something huge to hear a shortstop be the MVP. It's just amazing to see a kid that's from San Diego play for LA. I mean, I'm pretty sure he used to root for the San Diego Padres. Now he's playing for the Dodgers with this rivalry going, and he's going to be playing for the Dodgers. Dude, the matchup, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. How big is that for baseball? I can only say those two names, and then the commercials happening and everything that's happening around baseball, it's just going to be bigger than what it is. So what do you guys feel when you guys hear Ohtani and Judge in that same sentence?
Go for it, Will. Go for it.
It's Goliath versus Goliath, man. Like there's no David in this situation because these are two monster guys. Aaron Judge, 6'7", 320 pounds. Shohei Ohtani, 6'5", probably about what, like 240, something like that. Like these are big dudes. These are huge guys, you know, and Dodger Stadium is not a hitter's ballpark by any means. You know, it's more of a neutral or pitcher friendly ballpark. But both of these guys have the exit velocities and strength to hit it out every single time they put the bat on the ball. Imagine when they go to Yankee Stadium, man. The ball's going to be flying. It's I would not doubt that this World Series will have the most home runs in history.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. It's a dream matchup for the MLB. It's one that we much needed to grow the game of baseball. You talk about Judge and Ohtani, two of the greatest talents we have in the MLB right now, going at it. You know, it's both their first time at the World Series. They've waited their time, they've done their time, and now they're there. And now they're gonna have to face a tough matchup against a Dodger team and a tough Ohtani going against a tough Yankee rotation as well. So, man, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know who's gonna win. I really don't. And I'm just like, I want to root for the Dodgers because I'm in the West Coast. And then I also see, well, the Yankees also have a great shot to winning. So you guys got to better convince me right now to say the Dodgers are going to win. Why are the Dodgers going to win this World Series?
Go for it, Will. Let them know.
I don't know, man. I think that the bullpen has always been the Achilles heel of basically every team in Major League Baseball. And we saw what the Dodgers bullpen has done in Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. We saw what they did in the division series against the Padres. You know, that was such a left field call from Dave Roberts. You know, all these people talking crap about Dave Roberts. This man has taken the Dodgers to the World Series this year after Tyler Glasnow's injury, after Clayton Kershaw's injury, after Dustin May was out for the season, Tony Gonsolin out for the season, Walker Buehler shaky after his return, Julio Urias, who knows what's going on with that guy right now. Like the Dodgers were coming up into this season knowing that they had to make something happen with the team that they had, but also adding players. And you have to mention Andrew Friedman, man. Andrew Friedman is a freaking genius. He goes out there at the trade deadline, makes these trades like Tommy Edman, you know, and he made things happen. You know, they're like he said in the post game interview, you know, you can't say enough about the talent on the field. But dude, you can't say enough about the talent behind the scenes either, man. Like he is one of the main reasons why the Dodgers are making it to the World Series this year. And honestly,
sure.
I don't trust the Yankees bullpen. You know, I trust Gerrit Cole somewhat, you know, but he's fallen off a lot, man. He's not the same Gerrit Cole he was 2 years ago, you know, and Luis Gil, he's never really pitched in the postseason before. This is his first time. And I don't know. I feel like the Yankees had a much easier matchup versus the Guardians than the Dodgers had as a matchup versus the Mets. I think the Mets were a more well-rounded team, and the Dodgers still came out on top. And the Yankees, they didn't have to face like that real big powerhouse team like the Dodgers did. So I think the Dodgers going into the World Series, I think it favors the Dodgers, but I wouldn't also be surprised if the Yankees pull out some wins also.
Well, let me try to convince Ernie why I feel the Dodgers are going to go and win this World Series. Why? Because I said the Dodgers would surprise me if they go to the World Series, and I said they will win it if they go to the World Series. Will, you hit a lot of key points that I was going to say, and thank you for doing that because I thought, I have so much, joy that's going on right now, and I honestly feel that the Dodgers are in a great position to win because they have their bullpen is clicking on all cylinders. They're hitting, they're scoring 10 runs every other day. Like all you need is like to start game one and win game one, and then you're going to get those winning games going forward, getting 10 runs, 9 runs, 12 runs, whatever you need against the Yankees. Now, the other thing, you still have 3 starters that are picking it up when they need to. You have Jack Flaherty, you have Yamamoto, and the last one, Buehler. Buehler has been pitching lights out since he pitched against the Padres coming in. What is it, the 4th inning or the 3rd inning after he got 6 runs scored against him? So, look, I mean, I'm not saying this is a perfect scenario for the Dodgers. You just mentioned all the injuries and everything that's going on, but I just feel this momentum that the Dodgers have, and all these, critics saying that the Dodgers don't have it to win the World Series this year. And even me, I even said that they weren't going to win it this year. So for me to say that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series is something super big, because I don't like to jinx anything, but trust me, baseball right now for the Dodgers is looking beautiful. For the Yankees, is looking good too. But I just feel the Dodgers come on top. So this is why I think the Dodgers will win the World Series, Ernie. So I'm trying to convince you, man.
No, I totally agree. I mean, both teams are playing heck of great baseball right now. You have a Yankee team that also has great momentum. You're talking about their main core players like Judge, Soto, Stanton. Who had it coming? MVP, hitting bombs out there, looking like an MVP in the past. And we're talking about guys like young court guys like Volpe and Torres also performing at a high level. They're doing the small things and winning games. They had the easiest path, but you got to give it up to them. They fought hard, and they also showed why they deserve to be there too. It's going to be a heck of a matchup, and I think as fans for the game of baseball, we're excited, and it's must-watch TV. This is going to break records, guys. This is finally going to be the most watched series ever. It's going to overtake football, which is great.
I especially, I mean, Carlos and I were talking on Thursday about the ratings, right? This year we have America watching the World Series, but we also have Japan watching the World Series, watching Shohei Ohtani play in the World Series. So during the National League Division Series, I think it was Game 5, I was telling Carlos that in American households, there was 8 million households watching that game, and in Japan there was 11 million households watching that game. There were more viewers in Japan than there were in the United States. So this year, imagine what the ratings are going to be, man. Like we're all going to get like a blackout or something because the TVs are just going to shut down. There's not enough servers to keep them up.
Yeah. All right. So the first game matchup, it's on Friday. We're all excited and anticipating that game. It's going to be the 12th time these two teams match up. Of course, the Yankees have taken 9 and we've only taken 2. But remember, in 1981, the Dodgers did take the last one, and there should be, it should be exciting. I said it the day we got on, Will, that this is a celebration. It should be a celebration of baseball. This is the biggest championship in baseball, MLB, everywhere. So if you're a baseball fan, you're definitely watching. You're definitely gonna hate on one of these teams. Why? Because the Dodgers are hated out here in the West Coast, and of course the Yankees are hated in the East Coast, and they're gonna be hated in the West Coast. And I mean, you're gonna be a lot of hate going around. I don't want this team to win. I don't want that team to win. So we're gonna have a lot of people coming out of the woodwork saying, "I love baseball," and this is what makes baseball so exciting. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just like el gran clásico, It's like the biggest thing in sports when you have your biggest teams making it to the World Series. Remember, those two teams were top in their respective leagues, number 1 seed. So this is amazing. And if you guys can't tell, I'm just like super excited to see this. It's just one of those things where I'm just kind of like, hey, let's do it. Let's get to Friday. Can't wait to Friday because I'm gonna be stressing out.
It's been a long time since that's happened, man. The number 1 seed in each league, because it seems like the past few seasons, it's always a wild card team that kind of seems to like move on to the World Series. And I blame the bye week, man. That I think the bye week, it's such a disadvantage for these teams going into the next series, but having like 5 days off in between, or sometimes even a little bit longer. But you know what? Now both teams are going to be at a disadvantage because Yankees finished it out yesterday. Dodgers finished it out today. They have almost a whole week of no real baseball games. They could do simulated games or live batting practice, whatever they can do to get prepared. But how much can you really be prepared when you're not playing an actual game? Yeah. I feel like the advantage is going to be to pitching. But dude, I'll tell you right now, out of any player on the Yankees, I am scared of Juan Soto. the same way that I was scared of Fernando Tatis in the division series. Juan Soto is just beasting it up, man. And I know Stanton just had like 48 home runs in the championship series in the American League, but you know what though? That guy, he could get cold or hot at any minute, but Juan Soto stays hot, man. And now, dude, he's starting to show his man strength, man. He's starting to get into those like later, he's starting to get into the later 20s, you know, and or actually, what is he, like 25? I think he's
25.
25.
Jeez, man. Imagine what this dude's going to be in 2 years from now. Like the production he has now, 2 more years when his man strength is like in full force, playing in Yankee Stadium. We all know he's going to re-sign with the Yankees. He ain't going nowhere. You know, he's driving up the price tag as he should, because he is top 3 hitter in the league, maybe even top 1, man.
Yeah, you're totally right. I feel like this Yankees team is locked in. You're talking about Soto, who is plate discipline. It's incredible. The way he approaches that in the bat, it's amazing. Just yesterday, he hit that 3-run bomb and overcame to get that lead to the Yankees, which was much needed. You're talking about Judge, a guy that also has a strength and power that it's crazy. Don't throw nothing in the middle because he'll crush that. And now you're talking about another guy like Stanton, who's bringing his game from back in the early 2010s. That's a scary lineup, guys. And then this pitching is the starting rotation is looking kind of nice. But then you also have a Dodger team's bullpen that could match up better than any other out there. And this is where it's going to be starting rotation versus the best bullpen and see who comes up top this World Series.
Definitely. So go for it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gerrit Cole game 1 and Yamamoto game 1, right? And for the Dodgers, most likely it's going to be Flaherty in game 2. But who goes for the Yankees in game 2?
I'm thinking Luis Gil or Rodon.
Probably Rodon. That's what I would assume. I don't know. Luis Gil, like he pitched fine, you know, but I feel like if I'm in Aaron Boone's shoes, I'm starting Rodon. Rodon looked really good, man. He was pinpointing his stuff. Breaking balls looked really good, throwing the ball hard. I'm a little scared of Jack Flaherty, though. His velocity was down 3 to 4 miles per hour in his last start.
It was down, but I think Dave Roberts came out and said he wasn't feeling good, and you can hear it in the interview that he kind of sounded a little bit congested. So there's no excuses. Definitely there's no excuses, but I mean, he did sound a little congested, and I feel like he's going to be okay. He did have one appearance against the Yankees, and he shut them out and when he pitched against them. Yamamoto, of course, this season, he pitched really good against the Yankees. The Dodgers did win that series 2-1, but we cannot go to and say, hey, they went to the series. They went to Yankee Stadium. They won 2 out of 3. It's a totally different atmosphere. It was a playoff atmosphere, but this is totally different. This is for the big trophy, the piece of metal that what's his name said, and I won't say his name because he says it's a piece of metal. So the commissioner, we'll leave it there, just because he called it a piece of metal. But definitely, the Yankees Dodgers is going to be a definitely a big old matchup, and it's going to be cool. And all those points you guys hit. It makes it for a fun World Series. Everybody's going to be watching, and everybody's going to be stuck to the TV on the edge of their seats, and that's what baseball is all about. I think more than just that, though, I just feel like the Yankees right now are clicking too. They beat the best bullpen in the American League. We have the best bullpen going into the playoffs. We saw that. So that's the only thing that scares me, because they did beat the Guardians, the Guardians bullpen. And yeah, I feel like Nestor Cortez, he wasn't injured, right, at the end of the season?
No.
So that he can be a lefty matchup for the Dodgers. The Dodgers have their stars that you have Ohtani, you have Muncy, you have Freeman that are lefties. Nestor Cortez can be on that roster because you can make that roster change every series. So don't be surprised if he's not on there.
That is true, man. And if you're the Yankees, I'm not sure if you're bringing back Clay Holmes after that terrible series against the Guardians.
Exactly.
That bullpen has looked kind of suspect for me. It's concerning. If you have Ohtani, the way Edman's playing, Hernandez is, man, these guys could crush them and could overcome any deficit. So that's the scary part there. And that closer role is kind of concern for me too for the Yankees. This is where I think the Dodgers have to overtake that bullpen.
Yeah.
And
which they did against the Mets. They did that against the Mets really well.
And this is where the difference between the bullpen of the Guardians to the Dodgers are. The Dodgers does not have a clear closer. They're going after matchups. They don't have a clear closer. So the Guardians did. Class A was a clear-cut closer, and look how many times he disappointed. So with the Dodgers, they're going based off matchups, how good they're doing against that hitter, how can they get this hitter out, and that's what they're going to do. So that's why I feel like they got a good chance of beating the Yankees. No, now, Will, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna this question because I feel like you're a little scared about Soto, and do you think he got hot with that home run out of the? He was out of the strike zone, dude. He hit that home run out of the strike zone for sure. So, do you think that's a concern for Dodger fans or for the Dodgers that he hit that home run to win the game in Game 5?
I think it really just depends on the pitcher that's matching up against him, because Juan Soto hits lefties and righties very well, and there's certain spots that he hits better than others. I think that Juan Soto is the type of pitcher or the type of hitter that Dodger pitchers are they're going to know what to expect. They're going to know that he's the type of guy to take stuff that is not near the strike zone. So I think it's all about painting the corners, and getting those called strikes in the Dodgers' favors. And, it's going to be up to the umpire, depending on what his strike zone is going to be. Hopefully it's a very consistent strike zone. I don't mind if it's, a little bit left or a little right, up or down, whatever it is. But whatever it is in the first inning, it better stay the same throughout the whole game and all the way down to the ninth inning. And if it goes beyond, like, who cares what the strike zone is? Because these hitters, baseball is a game of adjustments, and every single hitter on the Dodgers lineup, every single hitter on the Yankees lineup has learned how to adjust during this postseason. And every one of those guys is a great hitter this season. Look at Austin Wells, man. The dude's hitting tanks, and and no one expected that from the Yankees catcher. And everyone thought that Higashioka was going to be the catcher for the Yankees for like years to come because he was so good. Part of a trade. He ended up going to the Padres, and sucks for him, man. He's going to be watching it at home.
Definitely. Hey, Kevin, Dodgers have 0 bullpen depth, Yankees in 4. Hey, man, this is what we want. We want the Dodgers-Yankees series. We wanted it so bad that we're here to talk about it. And I'm pretty sure you're a Yankee fan and you're excited. You celebrated what was it, Thursday, Friday?
Night.
So last night, I mean, we're celebrating today. This is a big, big celebration for baseball because we get the 2 best teams in MLB to face off. And let's see who wins. I mean, if you're going to be saying that the Yankees in 4, I'm going to say Dodgers in 4 as well. So why not? Let's get the rivalry started. Why not? Let's do it.
I don't know if Kevin's been watching the same games that I have. He's saying that the Dodgers don't have bullpen depth. Like, what games have you been watching, man? Because the Dodgers bullpen has been crazy good this season, the whole season and including the postseason. The only one that really gave trouble, who's not even part of the bullpen, was Landon Knack. He came in after the opener, which I think it was a mistake. I think Dave Roberts made a mistake by not letting Knack start the game. I think that took away a little bit of his confidence. I think you just have to trust your starters to go in there and do their job, and having Brazier go out in the first inning and then Landon Knack coming in the second inning, I think that kind of like took a toll on his mind. Like, oh man, Doc doesn't trust me to start the game. I understand Lindor and Vientos and whoever was batting second. I know the Mets lineup is pretty top heavy, with those 3 guys, but you got to go out there with your with the confidence, and that comes from up above you. It's like in Moneyball. The first base coach was saying the nice way to say it is he lacks confidence, and Billy Beane was like, well, give him some, and that's the thing with the managers. Like, they have to give their players the confidence. It can't be all about just production, because a lot of what we don't see is preparation going into these series that these players are playing, and during that preparation is when you can build up confidence as well, laying off of pitches in a simulated game that most of the time that these guys are just swinging and missing that. And that's actually a huge part of what the Dodgers are the Dodgers' bread and butter in the World Series is going to be walks, making the pitchers work, because the Yankees don't do that. The Yankees don't take pitches. They're first pitch swinging if it's in the zone, and they swing and miss a lot. Look at Aaron Judge's strikeouts in the championship series. He hit a couple dingers also, because all he has to do is connect. This dude's so big that the ball just flies. But I think the Dodgers, the way that they're going to win is by taking a lot of pitches, and reading the pitchers and just getting guys on base, because the guys in the bottom of the lineup, if they get on base, Shohei Ohtani, we all know what he can do with runners on base,
Yeah,
and that's the recipe for success.
definitely.
How you feeling, Carlos?
So, dude, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm just like
You gonna party after
ecstatic,
this?
dude. I'm already drinking. drinking water for PG-13. Definitely leave it there. But dude, it's just I remember the 2017, 2018 World Series, and I don't remember feeling like the way I feel right now. I don't know if it's because of the matchups going against the Yankees, doing what I mean. It's just the ultimate World Series, dude. Like, we expect that at the beginning of the season? We could probably say no, right? We can say, like, on paper, yeah, this is what we want, and we got it. And a lot of people are gonna say, oh, it was, they already had it planned this way. They already had commercials of Judge and Ohtani before they even met in the World Series, and that's true. But I mean, baseball's played out there. You're throwing 98 miles per hour fastballs. Are you going to be able to hit those balls like for home runs? Like, it's just crazy to me that to think that it was script. It's not script. Them saying that the Dodgers lost on purpose in New York. I don't think that. I don't fall for none of that. Like, I just feel like this game is so traditional from back in the days to now, to where you play the game right. And if the game is played right, you're going to get the results. And that's what I feel like. I feel like this is, I mean, it's just played out there to make sense. And to have this magnitude of what this World Series is going to be, it's going to be the 12-1, man. It's going to be the 12-1. So, yeah, you can tell I'm excited, right?
That is true, man. I just want to give you guys a quick history lesson. The last time the Yankees and Dodgers did face each other was in 1981. The Yankees started with a 2-0 lead in Yankee Stadium, and it seemed like the Yankees had the World Series won, but the Dodgers went ahead and won the remaining 4 games to go ahead and win the World Series against the Yankees in 1981, with the rookie sensation like Fernando Valenzuela making a huge difference.
Genesis, get me some tacos. I want some tacos too. Sorry, Ernie.
The tacos. All right.
All of a sudden, my mouth starts watering too, man.
Come on, Will. Are you gonna find some tacos right now on the East Coast?
Nah, they're not that good over here, man. Now, if you're talking pasta, we can get some pasta over here or some pizza, But no tacos for me unless I'm cooking them on my grill in the backyard,
Yeah.
Sure,
well, definitely, if there's people on here, there's 11 people right now. If you guys can hit that like button for us, and if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. Look, there's no hate on his channel. We love to talk about baseball. We talk about all teams. There's just like rivalries, of course, and we like to talk about that. We're not going to trash talk anybody's team or say, oh, this team sucks, this team's up. Like, no, definitely the Mets put up a fight. They got us a little bit nervous. All Dodger fans felt it today. They were like, okay, here we come. We're 6-3, but is our bullpen going to stay up? And are they going to continue to do what they did all playoff series? So when you see a lot of pitchers come back on the series, that's where you have to kind of feel like, I don't know, man. He already saw him 3 times, 4 times. I don't know if he'll get him out this time. But, that's where the nerves kick in for a fan. So, and that's what we love, man. We love the adrenaline. We love all what we're doing right now. So thank you guys for being on here. Definitely. Like, I see like 9 viewers. If you guys can hit that like, we'll really appreciate it if you can hit that like and definitely hit that subscribe button. But we're going to continue talking baseball, man. So, all right. The first matchup is going to be Gerrit Cole, and it looks like Yamamoto is going to go on there. So what do you expect out of this first game? And we'll go start with you, Ernie.
Well, man, I'm expecting a low-scoring game. That's for sure. You're talking about 2 guys that could put the ball in the right places, and you're going to see a lot of swing and misses. And it's one of those where I imagine seeing both pitchers going 5 innings strong, and it's going to go down to the bullpen. It is at Dodger Stadium, which the Dodgers do have the advantage with having the loudest fan base here in LA. I see the Dodgers overcoming game 1. Now, game 2 is where it's going to get a little tricky with Flaherty. I'm not sure what to expect for him. Yes, the Yankees have faced them earlier this season, but like Will was saying, they do adjust very well, and they find time and time again to hit some pretty deep balls out there. So I'm seeing this 1-1 after game 2.
Cool. Will, what do you think?
I think the Dodgers are going to come out swinging, and they're going to hit Gerrit Cole hard. We've seen him before. We saw him in 2017 in the World Series when he was on the Astros, and
I don't think he was. I don't think he was with the Astros yet.
2017, yeah,
17,
yeah,
17,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. He actually wanted to close out the game for the Astros, but they didn't let him. They had someone else do it instead. But then the year after he signed, it was when he signed with the Yankees. So they've seen him before, and not everyone on the team was part of the Dodgers in 2017, but the guys that were there, they know the tendencies. Doc was there, Dave Roberts was there at that time, so he knows the tendencies. I feel like, just like you said earlier, Carlos, like these teams, when they see the pitcher so many different times, they start to adjust and see everything. And you already know, like the guys that were there, like Chris Taylor, Muncy, guys that were there in 17, they're going to be telling these guys, like, all right, be ready for this and be ready for that. And I think that's going to be in the Dodgers' favor versus Yamamoto. That the Yankees haven't really seen Yamamoto. I don't think during the regular season they saw him at all. So
hey, sorry, Neto, we need some English translation here, bro. We're gonna need your help with that one.
Hey, that's kind of awesome, though. I love that.
Will, I don't mean to cut you off, but Kevin says that the Dodgers are starting Flaherty versus Cole. So I don't know if that's if you can credit that, we'll appreciate it. Like if you guys have your phones, you guys can pull it up. Maybe they already have the matchup, but
maybe
I think
that's just his prediction.
Yeah, because Dave Roberts said that he wasn't going to pitch Yamamoto more than once on this series, and definitely was gonna go try to have him ready for them to go. So then he's saying that Redon and Yamamoto game 2. So if this is for real, hey, thank you, Kevin, for posting this. Definitely, it helps us out, man. So yeah, if it goes this way, I guess it's gonna be a different scenario. So and it's something crazy to think about. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to assume that Kevin is probably just guessing who's going to start in both of those games, but I think that Dave Roberts wants to give Yamamoto the most amount of rest just in case he needs to pitch again in a second game. And Yamamoto's the type of pitcher, going from Japan to the US, that he pitches every 6 games. So you want him to be able to have that amount of rest. And I think the smarter option would be to start Yamamoto in game 1, especially, after what we saw from Flaherty. Maybe he needs like that extra day of rest just to kind of like get over that extra congestion towards the end of the week or whatever. I think it's probably going to be Yamamoto game 1 and Flaherty game 2. I try to look it up right now, but I mean, it's early. I don't think they would announce it yet. So,
and you're right. And Dave Roberts, knowing Dave Roberts, he's not going to announce it probably till Thursday night. He's just going to try not to tell the Yankees anything, try to keep them on their toes and not just have simulated games and try to prepare for that. But this is an exciting series, guys. You're talking about two teams that match up very well against one another. There's really no favorite right now. It's like 50-50 if you ask me. And both teams are, top tier teams. There's no really true underdog in this series, which is kind of interesting. Every year there's an underdog you root for, not this year.
Nope.
So you got to flip a coin. Either you go for the West Coast or the East Coast and see who wins this one.
But Kevin, thank you for posting that. That scenario will definitely be in our heads until whenever we hear the matchups and see what happens. We appreciate that. This is what this show's about. We like the interaction. We like everybody posting on there. And guys, this is a celebration for baseball, man. This is something huge that baseball really needed. So I said it at the beginning of the show, we're going to have people that don't even, like baseball looking at this World Series. And they're going to be asking you questions, which I hate. Sometimes I hate the people that don't know about baseball. Oh, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. And then, nah, dude, shut up. Get out of here. You're bad karma. Like, I don't need you around me, So we're going to have those type of people. So But it's good for the game. It's great for the game. It's gonna grow. It's gonna get better. I just can't. I'm just excited, dude. We get to experience a Yankees Dodgers World Series in our lifetime. We've seen. I mean, we've heard of all the 11 matchups back then. Now we get to see all this stuff, and we get to see it with our own eyes. I know tickets are super expensive. Do you guys know how much tickets are for Dodger tickets in the World Series? I know you know, Ernie. You were looking for them, right? What is it?
I was just looking right now. Game 1, the cheapest ticket on SeatGeek is $1,086. Let me go into my savings for just this one, right? And man, you know how bad this economy is? This is tough out there, man.
Bro.
A lot of people are losing jobs, but somehow all these people are going to fill up Dodger Stadium, and you're going to see a bunch of celebrities either in New York or in LA.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy. You see these guys not even rooting for a team. They have just a casual clothes, casual polo, but somehow they're a Dodger fan or Yankee fan for this series. So, yeah, hey, man, they're the ones that are hiking up these prices. What can we say? Two big markets.
Eddie just said that he saw Grimace falling to his knees on the 101 freeway. Was he throwing up or what's going on?
He was throwing up gang signs. What you mean?
Oh man. Neto's saying that A-Rod always hitting on the Dodgers. He always does. I mean, Jeter does too.
They're Yankee guys. Like if you had Dodger guys on there, then they'd be hating on the Yankees also. If you had like Oral Hershiser on that panel, or anyone that was famous from the Dodgers, they'd be doing the same exact thing. So I expect no less from them. And Big Papi too, and he was on Boston, a huge contributor for Boston when they went to the World Series in 2018. And I know he has a lot of hate for the Yankees, but I mean, he has no love for the Dodgers, so I feel like he really wouldn't be swayed either way. But you got two guys over there, A-Rod and Jeter, that were lifetime Yankees, basically. Jeter for sure. A-Rod started in Seattle, but he spent most of his time in New York, and that's where he won, like, all of his like MVPs and all that. So I would expect no less from them. It's weird that they have two Yankees broadcasters on there, though. Like, you can't get one Dodgers guy, not even one, or at least one National League guy.
That's the thing.
There's no big star from the Dodgers. I think once Mookie Betts retires, I think he'll be a great personality to join the Fox crew. But for now, they're A-Rod and Jeter ran the 2000s, and that's why they're in Fox right now. Yeah. But I think Neto brings up a good question. How are you guys feeling about Dave Roberts and the masterclass managing he's done this season? It's been one of the most impressive managerial calls of his career with the bullpen alone. I think he's doing amazing. What are you guys' take on that?
So, you know what? I'll go ahead and answer that because I feel like Dave Roberts has been put in a situation where fans don't like his calls year after year after year. And, his calls are not the determining factor. The player still needs to come up and still do what he needs to do. If they ask this guy to come in as a bullpen pitcher and get 3 outs, that's his job to get those 3 outs. It's not Dave Roberts. He's not the one that's pitching those or, telling or, making those pitches. So definitely they have to make sure they make those pitches. So for me, I feel like Dave Roberts is doing what he needs to do. He has a 600 percentage winning percentage. Like, it's up there. I mean, I know we've always seen him in the playoffs make those wrong calls. And I just feel like this year for him, his job is safe. And I'll let you answer, Will. But the next question that I have is, do Aaron Boone and Dave Roberts have a job? But I want you to answer what Ernie asked us right now. And if you guys are out there still, hit that like button for us. Like, we're baseball fans that love to talk baseball, and the World Series is going to be amazing. Hit that like button and subscribe. Will, go ahead and answer.
So I think that the biggest reason why Dodgers fans have been so against Dave Roberts in the past is because he kept on starting Kershaw. And Kershaw, we all know what Kershaw does in the playoffs, and everyone was like, why would he start Kershaw? Why would he do this? Why would he do that? Well, he's your ace, and you start your ace. That's what you do as a manager. You have to trust the guys that are on your squad, and that's all there is to it. Just like he's been doing now. He hasn't changed his managing style. He's trusting his guys to do their job. The difference is they're doing their job this time. Kershaw's not there to choke. He's hurt, so he's going to be out, which actually I think plays in the Dodgers' favors. He's going to get a ring out of it, a real ring, not like the 2020 ring. Sorry, Carlos. That we can.
Hey, we have that one. We have it. No one else have it. So call it the Mickey Mouse. We have it, and no one else. That's where they're jealous. So,
but
all right,
okay.
we got Kevin saying, "How are you guys going to manage against Soto and Stanton? How do you guys feel like they'll approach this scenario?"
Stanton swings at everything. So if you have a high strikeout guy like a Blake Trinan against Stanton, I love that matchup, man. I think Blake Trinan wins 9 times out of 10 against Stanton. Soto is a different kind of beast, you know, and I don't trust any pitcher against Juan Soto, you know, and
especially Yankee Stadium.
So let me
in Yankee Stadium.
Can I answer this too? Like Stephen Vogt is just his first time managing. Why would you give him a pitch that's near the strike zone? First of all, when you give it to Soto. Second, Stanton, he hit that home run to tie the game against Bybee, right? And he left it over the plate. So those are things you're not supposed to be doing. Walk the man. Why not walk him? You know, like you're ahead 2 runs. You need to, you know, at least protect that lead. As a manager, as a first-time manager, he's going to learn that. He's going to learn his pitchers. He's going to learn how to, like, navigate through the bullpen. And I think that's what happened in that series where you had a first-time manager telling these pitchers to throw the ball on the strike zone when you didn't need to do it. So with Dave Roberts, you're going to have a little bit more experience. I hope that he doesn't do that to Stanton because Stanton is on fire, dude. You can't say he's not. He's on fire.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But what's this layoff going to do to Stanton? You know, this time off. Is he going to stay hot? I don't know, because I don't trust Stanton. If I'm a Yankee fan, I don't trust Stanton. I love what he's been doing, but I don't trust him for the World Series. If he shows up, great. You know, that's great for him, great for Yankees, great for Yankees fans. But I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 0 for 18 in the World Series.
Yeah. Ernie, you can answer.
I see Stanton still getting 1, and I see Soto getting 2, and I see Judge getting 3. Now, I also see Ohtani getting 2 or 3, and I see Mookie getting 2 or 3. So it's evenly as possible.
Oh, and Freeman's coming back, man. He's going to have a week off to heal that ankle.
Oh, man. I'm still concerned. I think he's lost his timing a little bit, and I think it's a huge hiccup for the Dodgers rotation. I love what Roberts has done by putting Tommy Edman as a cleanup hitter, and he's just putting his hottest guys right now at the top of the lineup, wasting no time. He hasn't even put Gavin Lux right now. He doesn't really trust them, and he's putting Chris Taylor, which has been a bit of a shocker for me.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong, Kevin. Thank you for those questions. Definitely, like and it could post some more, man. I think I like those questions. Like I just feel like with the Guardians managing way of taking care of Stanton, I think they fell asleep on that one. I think that Stanton's always been a big bat. He's always been a guy that I know he goes out a little strike zone, but like you said, right, I think in your comment, you said that he swings at pitches out of the strike zone so he can go ahead and fake them out and then get those pitches. Because in that home run that he hit, dude, he was waiting for that. He was dead on it, dude. He was waiting for it, and it just happened to go on the strike zone, and he hit it out. And he's strong as hell, man. He's super strong. You saw those biceps. It's like, I mean, dude. Massive biceps, dude.
People talk about not be scared of it. Aaron Judge is. Giancarlo Stanton is just as big as Aaron Judge. I think there's only like less than an inch in height between them, but Stanton's heavier than Judge. Stanton has more muscle mass than Aaron Judge does. And I'm pretty sure Stanton weighs a little bit more than Aaron Judge. So he has some more weight behind him to push it out of the ballpark. He's Aaron Judge does not try to swing hard. You know, you don't have to in Yankee Stadium.
They look like the Monstars.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. They are the Monstars.
Yeah. They're huge ass dudes, man. What the hell? The Yankees are known to be big, though. Like they when they draft and they go and look out for players, they want to have like a big freaking player. Look at LeMahieu. He's a huge ass dude too, man.
If you look at their top prospects, Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones, those guys are just coming up in the league, and they're going to be big guys as well. So
the Martian.
The Martian. There it is.
Those are some tall ass dudes, man. And you hit it on the spot, Ernie. Like, damn, dude, I just brought up freaking what's the name of the movie? Space Jam.
Yeah.
Space Jam, dude. The Monstars. If you guys haven't hit that like or hit that subscribe, we would really appreciate it if you guys did it. Man, we're just having fun. It's a celebration of the Dodgers and Yankees going to the World Series. We really appreciate you guys following it, and we are gonna have this on Spotify. Like, if you guys are listening on Spotify, we were live on YouTube, which we are right now. So yeah, definitely. We have more questions if we have on here. So I don't know, man.
We have Eric Berto saying he's going to Game 6. One of our listeners here. You got to let us know how much those tickets cost and what did you sell to get these tickets?
Yeah, what did you sell? Did you sell your car? Hopefully not. Let me ask this though. I know who he is, and how many games have you guys gone to and they won the game? Because I'm superstitious as hell, like I said at the beginning of the game, and I mean of the show. Sorry. And if you are going to the game and they always lose, please don't take them. Please do not take them. I do not need any bad karma or any bad freaking vibes in that stadium at all. So put it on here. I want to see how many times have you guys gone together. So sorry guys, I'm just superstitious, man. I just have to ask them that because there's a lot of people that, I'm gonna go to the World Series. I'm gonna buy the ticket. And come on, just because it's in right now, like, nah, dude, be a baseball fan and go out there. Like, we're supposed to be both baseball fans, but goddamn, that wallet's a little bit too much. I don't want to spend so much on a ticket.
The World Series is 2 months before Christmas. I got kids. I gotta,
bills. You got bills.
I got bills. I got kids. I gotta buy Christmas gifts for. I got nieces and nephews. I gotta buy Christmas gifts for. It's like I can't spend that much money on myself until this show gets big enough where we're making money and we can just take the money from the show and buy the tickets for ourselves.
Let me just tell you this. It's time to tell the kids there's going to be no Christmas this year. Dodgers are in. It's going to be a Dodgers Christmas.
Oh, my wife would kill me, man.
Oh, no. And we won't see you on the show anymore. And we like, What happened to Will? All right. So Eddie Beto said, I've been to 2 playoff games with him. They have lost one and won one. So you better take whatever you wore today to that game, please. Don't wash it. If the same underwear, same socks, whatever, just take it. Take it, please. I don't want to see no bad vibes in that freaking stadium, dude. I'm superstitious like that. Sorry, guys. That's just the way I am. I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button. We're just having fun. It's just a World Series. It's going to be an amazing thing for everybody. It's going to be the biggest party and the biggest thing in the event in baseball. Like the WBC, they were talking about it being a what do you call it? A festivity. This should be a festivity. There's no hate. There shouldn't be any hate. I mean, yeah, the trash talk should be allowed, but when it gets carried away to be fighting and stuff like that, I don't think that's right at all.
Well, the good thing is, like the Dodgers and the Yankees, World Series wise, they are rivals because we've seen each other more times than any other 2 baseball teams in history. But there's not really that like competitive rivalry like there was with the Padres, and that's why Dodgers fans were acting a fool out there, in Dodger Stadium throwing stuff on the field. I think when it comes to this series, I think people are going to take this baseball more seriously, rather than just like all about like dude, even myself, like I was looking at the Padres and their faces on the TV, like after the Dodgers won the division series, and I just had the hugest smile on my face just looking at them look all sad.
What a hater! What a hater!
Hater against the Padres, man, especially Machado. Forget that guy. But dude, against the Yankees, I have much more respect for the Yankees than I do for the Padres. Not skills wise, but just the type of organization and the players that they are.
Dude, when the Dodgers played the Yankees this year, I saw how good Aaron Judge was. And I as a baseball fan like that, I really, really like how players carry themselves outside the field. Aaron Judge to me was just like a player I fell in love instantly. Like, I don't get to see him play every day. I don't tune in to Yes Network and see the Yankees play. So when the Dodgers went out there to Yankee Stadium and I saw this and I saw how he carried himself, how he played, how he, talked to his players, because he is the team captain out there.
He's
I
captain.
felt it was just amazing to see something like that, because it kind of brings back to when I used to play, and it kind of, it kind of relates to how I wanted to be. So I saw him and I just instantly was like, now I know why people like Aaron Judge. Besides his 62, 63 home runs. Well, how many home runs? I don't know how many home runs he hit last year, but he definitely is a guy that carried himself very well, and he knows how to do it super well, like with the Yankees. So Kevin just posted another picture. I mean, another thing. He said that the Dodgers shouldn't rely on Shohei. I don't think they do. I don't think the Dodgers rely on Shohei at all. They have all the offense from other players. I think Shohei's a distraction for the team that's going to face him. So that's why they try to get him out, and then everything else you kind of blows up in their face. So I think that's what it is. So I know that's what you're saying. So
He's the face of the Dodgers, and that's what the media is putting out there. The media knows. We know what the media allows us to know. So people that just watch the highlights or interviews on TV, on MLB Network, from Harold Reynolds or whoever it is that you're watching, of course they're going to talk about Shohei because he just stole almost 60 bases and hit 50 home runs, and going into the postseason, he's one of the most exciting players to see in the postseason, especially because he's been in the league for 6 years and has never made it to the postseason until now. So of course you're going to be talking about guys like him and Aaron Judge, who are the faces of Major League Baseball. Aaron Judge is the face of the American League, and Shohei Ohtani is the face of the National League. Everyone watches his New Balance commercials, and everyone watches Aaron Judge's Subway commercials. They're everywhere, man. So those two guys get talked about the most because the media puts them right in our faces. But we, as real baseball fans, know that the rest of the lineup is just as dangerous as a Shohei Ohtani or an Aaron Judge. Kevin, to your point, like about Stanton, how he's been hot since August. I feel that, but my whole point about him, like, saying that I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 0 for 18 is because we've seen Giancarlo Stanton struggle since he got traded to the Yankees, whether it's with health or just swinging at everything and missing a lot with 250 strikeouts throughout the season. Now that when he gets a hold of one, it's flying 500 feet, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Stanton just kind of like falls off, and that would be in favor of the Dodgers because Aaron Boone is gaining some trust into Giancarlo Stanton, and you trust the guys. When you trust the guys, you put them at more the top of the lineup. So if he's batting 3 or 4 or whatever, if he's not producing, that's runs that are going to be that's runners on base that are going to be left on base. And the same thing goes for Shohei Ohtani batting leadoff for the Dodgers. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think that
it's working. It's working though.
Is it though? I mean,
yeah. It's everybody offensively. Everybody's working.
When the bottom of the lineup,
8 runs.
When the bottom of the lineup is producing, because Shohei Ohtani, they show the graphic all the time that his batting average with runners on base is a hell of a lot higher than it is when there's no runners on base. So having him bat leadoff, he got a leadoff hit today, in the first inning, but then he struck out the second at bat with no runners on, so
part of the game, man.
It's part one of those where, and it's the managing ways of, it's not our decision to make those calls, and Dave Roberts, it's been working. So it's going to be up to him to keep Shohei in the leadoff spot or not. And Tommy Edman, I don't think he's going to be batting cleanup in the World Series because Freddie Freeman's going to be back. But I don't know.
Hey, man,
if Freddie number 2 is great. I think Freddie Freeman goes back to number 3, and then Teoscar Hernandez goes back to number 4. And depending on if it's a righty lefty matchup, then maybe you could have Tommy Edman bat behind one of those guys, or if he's a righty, right? Tommy Edman. So, facing lefty matchups, he could bat 5, and then against righties, you have Muncy, batting 5. So lots of different things that Dave Roberts could do. I just sit on my couch and play MLB The Show, and I play manager. So
you do fantasy baseball too, and you play manager as well. So you manage that.
Yeah, I do. I haven't won a little while though, man. I got
Neto,
the game.
Neto is saying thank you, Miguel Vargas, Joe Perez, and Alexander Arbudes. So we got Flaherty for that. Neto, thank you for putting that. Definitely, we love Flaherty here in LA, and knowing that this kid is from LA, it's a little bigger. It makes the moment a lot bigger than what it is. And dude, we're approaching that hour. It is the power hour. We talked about the World Series. Dude, I think we were super excited about it, and we like the commentary. We like the questions that were asked today. Without you guys asking, this show wouldn't be happening the way it happens. The good vibes from Will to Ernie, myself, we appreciate it a lot, definitely. So we'll go ahead and have 5 minutes to go, dude. Like anything you guys have in your mind that you guys feel like we haven't talked about. Thinking about it.
We talked a lot of baseball, but yeah, this is definitely an exciting series, like we mentioned before. And it's one of those where I think fan bases have a lot of respect for one another. There's a lot of rich history with both teams and a lot of history in the World Series. So I feel like there's a lot of respect between these fans right now. Yeah, there's going to be some type of tension, some rivalry between New York and LA, but it's a good one. And it's good for the game of baseball. And this is the reason why we watch. And it is not scripted. This is what we wanted. The 2 top MVP getters from this year, AL and NL, will be matching up against one another.
Definitely. All right, the tough question of the day is going to happen, and it needed to happen at the end of the show. And we're going to start with Will. You have to give us the World Series prediction. I know we've made it a little bit earlier, but make your World Series prediction and why they're going to win the World Series.
Dodgers in 7. I just don't trust the Yankees bullpen to finish out the games. I think it's really going to come down to what part of the order the batting lineup is going into the 9th inning, or whatever the last inning of the game is, if it goes into extras or whatever. And I think that I don't really trust the Yankees bullpen like I trust the Dodgers bullpen. And I think that's going to be the strength that is going to overcome. So yeah, I'm going to say Dodgers in 7.
Dodgers in 7. Ernie?
Oh, this is a tough one. I do see the Dodgers. Sorry, I'm about to say Yankees. I do see the Dodgers winning. I think that's convinced me just enough to say Dodgers in 7. I see them overcoming a 3-2 deficit and winning the last 2 games of the series.
All right. So I'm going to leave you guys in anticipation, and I'm not going to answer this question because
we're not leaving. No, you got to tell us who.
Luke Weaver, he's the closer for the Yankees. I did not see dominance from this guy in the playoffs. I can see that, he's going to get
flashes. He showed flashes.
He showed a little bit flashes, and he could be the definite the closer that the Yankees need. They need a Mariano Rivera type. Right.
You know what? Let me bring something up though.
Go for it.
I did see the Yankees start Tommy Kahnle, ex-Dodger, and he looked like he may be the potential replacement because he has some deep and nasty stuff as well. So don't be surprised if he takes the next closer role against the Dodgers, his former team. He knows how they play. He knows a little bit more history than Weaver does.
So the reason why I don't want to answer you guys, I want to know what the rosters are going to look like. Like I said, Nestor Cortez, he's not injured. He can be potentially in that roster. You have another roster. There's another lefty, and we saw that the Dodgers kind of struggle against lefty starters. Minaya didn't have it today. I guess the Dodgers were a little bit more patient. It could have been that daylight that they didn't see the ball as good as they did tonight. So the 2 games that started early for the Dodgers, they did not win. So if that happens, I don't think that's going to happen in the World Series. I'll leave it. They're going to be 5 p.m. games. They're going to be all 5 p.m.s. Yeah, definitely. Oswald, dude, I'm not going to answer. You have to tune in for the next show so you guys can see what I'm going to answer, definitely. So I wanted you guys to say that. Hey, you know what? Tune in for the next show so we can, you guys can hear, what we're going to do. John is not here. I want him to be on here in the next show. Hopefully he can. I just want to congratulate him on here on the podcast. He just had a baby. Congratulations, dude. We miss you. We want you back on the show. He's a Phillies fan and he is a baseball fan and he loves talking baseball. Can't wait to have you back on here, definitely. And we want to hear your prediction too, because you're out there in the East Coast and we like to hear your perspective on things too. So we'll try to get logged on Thursday, Will, right? And
Thursday.
we'll get this going. Yeah, definitely. So until then, I guess I'll have, I guess the rosters will be a little bit defined and we'll see what happens there. So sorry guys, I just like to see the stuff in front of me and see what's going to happen.
I agree with you because Alex Vecchio was a huge part of the division series, and he was not he wasn't on the roster for the championship series. So I agree with you. I tend to agree with you that, you know, depending on what the rosters look like on Thursday, it could kind of like sway my mind one way or the other. I still think I'm going to say Dodgers on top, but I don't know. Maybe it might not be 7 games. Maybe it'll be 6.
Yes. I'll keep you guys in suspense. And Karen, yeah, boo me. Like that's why I'll get you tuned in to Thursday so you guys can see the show. Gotta keep it alive. Guys, we reached that hour and it was so quick. We got there though. It's so amazing. Thank you guys for posting all the questions. Thank you guys for all the likes and all the subscribers. And definitely we love it. So with that said, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to give your last mentions, guys.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Will, for stopping by and talking baseball with us. I know you're a big Dodger fan and you're the real top baseball analyst here. So, man, we're excited to have you here today. Thanks for stopping by on a Sunday night. I know it's kind of late in the East Coast, almost 1 a.m. You're a trooper for that one, man. But
Trooper.
Thanks everyone. Will, last mentions, man.
Man, I'm just gonna say I'm so excited for this next series, dude. Like it's like I said earlier, there's no words, man. To be part of history like this, to be alive during, you know, history in the making, it's a special feeling that, you know, I don't think a lot of people really get unless you are actively like huge sports fans, you know, not just Dodgers fans or Yankees fans, but just baseball fans in general, just to witness something like this. It's historic, you know, and it goes all the way back when the Dodgers were in Brooklyn, you know, and Jackie Robinson days, and even before that, you know, and to see these two powerhouses going against each other, you know, that we haven't seen since 1981, man, it's a little emotional for me, you know.
Yeah, totally understand.
Definitely. And I'll go ahead and say this, man. I just feel like this is one of the biggest things that I'm gonna get to experience the Dodgers and Yankees. My team making it against the top-notch MLB team. We all know the 27 World Series. We all know about the pinstripes. We all know about like Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, and all these big names that we've always heard throughout their years. And we've always heard the 11 World Series between these two teams. And I just get to experience one. It's going to be emotional. I hope I don't cry on this podcast one of these days. Because it's just like an amazing thing. Like I love baseball that much that I'm just like, I'm just thrilled about it, guys. So yeah, man. So last mentions. Thank you guys. We appreciate everybody that came on here. From all of us here on Real Talk Baseball, I'm CarloBaseball. This is Willpower. This is Ernie Orange. Real Talk Baseball, signing out.
Peace.